Welcome. This is Micah Fairchild, Editor-in-Chief of PayrollLab.com, and today our focus turns to Meta4, a comprehensive global solution that's turning heads the world over for its role-based capabilities, its rule-based component architecture, and its support for both the local regulations and multiple currencies. So far, in our top 10 payroll solutions, we've only been able to highlight a limited number of Meta4's standout functionalities, but our goal for this conversation is to change all that, as well as provide some places where we see the Meta4 solution falling short. So to help me get to that, I've invited my colleague Chuck Schaefer, CEO of Vantive Media, to join us. Hello, Chuck. Thanks for helping us get through the Meta4 review today.
Happy to help, Micah, if but for no other reason than I want to give some credence to a payroll solution that's largely overlooked in the U.S. market. And for a country with the highest IT spend in the world, it's disappointing to see an otherwise solid vendor not get considered due to brand recognition issues.
You know, you're absolutely right, especially about the name thing. You know, in the U.S. market, the Meta4 name is hardly at the top of the list of payroll and wider HCM vendors. But for companies looking to leverage a global payroll engine, Meta4 is up there in terms of functionality. After all, they've got, I think, over 1,300 clients, offices across 11 countries. It's mainly in Europe and South America. And they've been diligently expanding their reach into Scandinavia and North America recently. Now, I think it should be noted, though, that the company's payroll engine has been incorporated into Meta4's PeopleNet HR suite. But just like the brand awareness thing, it shouldn't be a turnoff, especially given the deeper integrations that can be achieved with this partnership, so to speak.
You know, that's right. And the fact that their payroll is now part of a broader HCM suite is one of the reasons that I think Gartner singled out Meta4 as having an extremely versatile solution that is easy to use and integrate and has an underlying technology platform that generally results in a lower cost investment and lower total cost of ownership than similarly situated products. And I think the platform is one of the stronger aspects of Meta4's offering. PeopleNet has a multi-tenant database architecture that supports software as a service delivery, but also permits customer choice in terms of HCM software delivery and consumption by allowing customers to opt for remote delivery and SaaS or deploy the HR software on premises. That said, in the same way that Ultimate Software has been transitioning its customers from on-premises deployment to SaaS, communication from Meta4 would seem to suggest that new customers are being directed to the cloud offering. They're obviously considering migration paths for their customers to eventually get everyone on the multi-tenancy train and onto the same application software version.
But wasn't it Gartner that found out just a few years ago roughly 75% or something like that of Meta4's clients were still leveraging the on-premises version? Do you think that's due to the inherent issues that the company has with its industry-lagging talent management capabilities?
It was Gartner, and it is true that the SaaS option has been distinctly a minority choice with Meta4 customers historically. But I think that has more to do with the fact that even the company's SaaS subscription pricing model carries with it an upfront licensing fee, which is a decidedly non-standard SaaS feature, and clearly acts as a significant obstacle for customers seeking a cloud payroll solution. Although unfriendly cloud licensing aside, at the core of the Meta4 Foundation is a common technology framework which offers a single system of record for propagating common person, organization, and competency management functionalities across global and localized HR tasks to increase data efficiency, process automation, and reporting and analysis.
That's true. The Meta4 payroll solution is pretty powerful and flexible and dynamic to boot. For me, the thing that stands out about this application, though, is how many areas the company has sought to differentiate themselves in. You know, for instance, their retroactivity options allow both general and individual processes to be managed through values, data, and rules. And their multi-level value assignment tools can even distribute given values across multiple levels according to employee categories. And then you've got dynamic pay processes, which thanks to those, the company has the capability to handle multiple payroll runs simultaneously. Other vendors within the Meta4 enterprise market have really only succeeded in mapping out one rather than all of those capabilities.
You know, the Meta4 also delivers similar differentiation breadth when it comes to software customization. For instance, other than basic customization capabilities, a more advanced customization facility is available for clients who need custom processes or features based on global and multiple local requirements which are unique to their business activities. Meta4 also offers extra workflows for new HR processes or policies, optional additional alerts for existing or custom workflows, additional custom-specific user profiles, additional and more complex reports and queries for web publication, and sandbox environments for on-demand setup and testing of a secondary QA production environment with duplicated data and functionality for more valid testing. And being a bit of a payroll software junkie, I suspect you're rather taken with their payroll simulation module. Am I right on that?
I am. How did you know?
Yeah.
I think I'd describe their payroll simulation as more of a tool than an actual software system module, though, since it does use simulated payroll calculations to measure HR salary costs. Now, of course, the benefits of this type of feature are numerous, but for me, most notably, the simulator allows for wide open calculation intervals, the creation of an environment that has multiple scenarios, as well as new testable rules that can be created, and the capabilities to make real-time changes to affect the actual simulation itself. What's nice about this is this provides the opportunity to model prospective issues and then go ahead and proactively deal with initiatives.
Still, even with these positives, when it comes to areas that are both directly and indirectly related to payroll and include capabilities such as social media, mobility, and increasingly integrated talent management, once you pull back more layers, you start to see where Meta4's functionality gaps are.
You know, I don't disagree with you there at all, Chuck. Looking at my watch, I think we're getting close on time. So I want to see if there are any other aspects like that that you'd like to add before we sign off.
Yeah. Meta4's payroll solution is impressive for many companies needing multiple site and international capabilities that can get down into the granularity of local rules and practices. However, this focus seems to have caused the company to eschew other related areas in addition to mobile and social capabilities. In terms of payroll software caution areas, I would suggest a few things. First, global HCM functionality is not always backed up by global services delivery. Services will vary in availability and cost depending upon where you're located. And Meta4 is a 20-year-old company. However, its small company size and viability may be a big concern for bigger companies. I touched on it earlier, but Meta4's talent management software doesn't keep up with market-leading systems such as IBM's Connexa, Oracle's Taleo, and SAP's SuccessFactors. This is a significant issue and will mean, especially for the U.S. market, that the company will continue to stay off prospective buyers' radar until those deficiencies are resolved. Meta4 also doesn't deliver vertical market additions. However, having said that, I will note that a significant number of Meta4's business comes from the healthcare, insurance, and public administration industries. I think prospective customers evaluating Meta4's PeopleNet payroll software need to understand that this is a best-of-breed payroll solution that's been incorporated into an innovative and expertly developed HCM suite. But the full potential of this offering can only be seen when applied on a global scale. As such, prospective customers really should look elsewhere if they're not a multi-country operation. And finally, I think would-be buyers need to understand that even though the company can lay claim to clients that exceed 3 million employees, Meta4's PeopleNet is best suited to organizations with employee populations in the 1,000 to 15,000 employee range.
Thanks for helping our viewers self-identify a bit, Chuck. And I think that might be the best place for us to go ahead and call it a wrap. So thanks for joining us today for our conversation about Meta4. And be sure to tune in next time as we keep up our reviews of the top payroll solutions and as we stay focused on our exploration of the nexus of payroll processes, payroll strategies, and technology.